Here's a question for you. Why is it that the top 1% always seem to get richer, no matter what's happening in the economy, while everyone else is stuck stressing over bills, rent, or trying to save a few dollars at the end of the month? It's not just because they make more money. The real secret is that the 1% manage their money in a completely different way. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. They spend whatever comes in, and if there's anything left at the end of the month, maybe they save a little. But the 1% flip that script. They follow a system, habits and principles that make their money grow, even when times are tough. And here's the good news. You don't have to be a millionaire to use their strategies. You don't need a 7-figure salary or a mansion. You can start applying the same principles today with whatever income you have. Because wealth is less about how much you earn and more about how you manage what you earn. Imagine what would change in your life if you stopped living like the 99% and started managing your money like the top 1%. Less stress, more savings, investments that actually grow, and the confidence of knowing you're building a solid future instead of just surviving. Welcome to Smart Money Daily, the channel where we cut through the noise and give you practical, no BS tips to help you save smarter, invest better, and create real financial freedom. And in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to manage your money like the 1%, with strategies you can start applying right now, no matter your income level. Let's get into it. The first habit that separates the 1% from everyone else is simple but incredibly powerful. They pay themselves first. Here's how most people handle money. They get paid, they cover their bills, spend on food, rent, nights out, subscriptions, and if there's anything left over, they might save a little. The problem? There's usually nothing left. That's why most people stay stuck. The 1% flip this upside down. The moment money comes in, they automatically take a percentage and put it towards savings or investments. They don't wait to see what's left over. They make saving and investing the first priority, not the last. Let me give you an example. Imagine you earn $2,000 a month. Instead of waiting until the end of the month to save, you immediately move 10% or $200 into a separate account as soon as you get paid. That money is no longer available for impulse spending. Over a year, that's $2,400 saved, and if you invest it, compound interest starts working for you. This habit is powerful because it builds consistency. It forces you to live on what's left instead of overspending. It creates the mindset that your future self deserves to be paid before Netflix, Starbucks, or impulse shopping. The 1% don't save what's left. They save first and spend what's left. That one shift can completely change your financial future. And the earlier you start, the bigger the results. So here's a challenge. The next time you get paid, take 10% off the top and put it into a savings or investment account before you spend a single dollar. Do it every month, and watch how quickly your money begins to grow. The second habit of the 1% is that they don't let their money sit idle. They make their money work for them. Most people put their money in a checking account, maybe a savings account, and leave it there. But let's be real. Savings accounts barely grow, and inflation eats away at your cash. That's why the 1% focus on putting their money into assets that grow and generate income. For example, they invest in the stock market, real estate, or businesses. Why? Because these things create passive income. Instead of trading hours for dollars, their money produces more money. Think about it like planting seeds. Every dollar they invest is a seed that can grow into a tree that produces fruit year after year. Here's a simple example. Imagine you save $500 a month and invest it in an index fund that grows an average of 7% per year. In 10 years, that's not just $60,000 saved. It grows into over $80,000 because of compound interest. That's the power of making your money work for you instead of just sitting in a bank. The wealthy also diversify. They don't put all their eggs in one basket. They spread their money across different assets so that if one goes down, the others balance it out. That's why when the market crashes, they don't panic. They have a long-term plan, and their money keeps growing over decades. And here's the key: you don't need millions to start. You can invest $50, $100, or whatever you can afford. What matters is building the habit of putting money into assets consistently. The 1% don't rely on luck or one paycheck. They build systems where money flows into assets that create more money. And the earlier you start, the faster you escape the cycle of working forever just to pay bills. The third habit that sets the 1% apart is their ability to control lifestyle inflation. Here's what happens to most people. As soon as they start making more money, they immediately spend more money. A raise at work? They upgrade their apartment. A bonus check? They buy a new phone or splurge on a trip. Their expenses grow as fast as their income, and as a result, they never actually get ahead. The 1% think differently. Instead of spending more every time they earn more, they keep their lifestyle in check and use the extra income to build wealth. That's why their net worth grows so much faster than everyone else's. Here's a real example. Imagine two people both get a $500 raise. Person A upgrades their car and now has a bigger monthly payment. Person B keeps driving their old car and invests the $500 every month. Fast forward 10 years, Person A is still making payments, while Person B has over $80,000 invested and growing. Same raise, two completely different outcomes. The wealthy know that luxuries are fine, but only when your assets can pay for them. They don't buy the fancy car first. They build investments that generate income, and then let that income buy the car. That's a huge mindset shift. So if you want to manage your money like the 1%, here's the challenge. The next time you get a raise, bonus, or extra income, resist the urge to upgrade your lifestyle. Instead, put that money into savings or investments. Keep your living costs stable and let your wealth grow in the background. This is one of the hardest habits to master because our society constantly pushes us to treat yourself. But if you can delay gratification and avoid lifestyle creep, you'll separate yourself from the 99% who spend everything they earn. So now you know 3 of the biggest habits the 1% use to manage their money. They pay themselves first, they make their money work for them, and they control lifestyle inflation. But here's the real secret. It's not just about habits. It's about mindset. The wealthy don't think in days or weeks. They think in years and decades. They're not chasing quick wins. They're building systems that keep paying them long after the work is done. And that's something you can start doing right now, even if you're not rich yet. Here's what I want you to remember. Wealth is built by choices. Every time you get paid, every time you save, every time you resist spending on something you don't need, those choices add up. They're small in the moment, but over time, they create massive results. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. If you start applying these principles today, you won't just have more money. You'll have freedom. The freedom to quit a job you hate, the freedom to travel, the freedom to take care of your family, and the freedom to live life on your terms. That's what the 1% understand. Money is not just about numbers. It's about options. But here's the catch. None of this works if you only listen and don't take action. Most people will watch this video, nod their heads, and then go back to their old habits. Don't be like most people. Be the exception. Be the person who actually starts applying these principles today. And if you're serious about building wealth and learning how to save smarter, invest better, and think like the 1%, then hit that subscribe button right now and join us here at Smart Money Daily. Every day, we share practical, no BS tips to help you create financial freedom. Don't wait until you're older. Don't wait until you have more money. Start today. The habits of the 1% are available to everyone, and the earlier you start, the faster you'll join them.